with the, I guess with the new leaks as well, with the next, I mean with the pro versions of the PS5 and the Xbox X and S, that can be kind of mentioned.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is I'm iffy about, but at the same time I'm interested as well. But it's a good, I wouldn't say segue, but it's a good mentioning point, but not something to focus in on totally.
Yeah. So just to kind of shed light on what Perry is talking about when we talk about PS5 Pro, Xbox Series X and S updates as well. TCL, who is the Roku TV developer, they pretty much make all those Roku TVs that are insanely cheap but still have a solid picture quality. One of their higher ups says that we are expected to in 2023, possibly 2024, get iterative updates just like we got the Series X and the PS4 Pro. We're expected PS5 Pro and Xbox Series X and S X's. I guess I don't know. Did you hear that? Xbox Series S and X X's. I guess that's a tongue twister. Anyone, I dare anyone to say that 5 times fast. I'll give you $1. Um, so I mean, with this being one of the largest TV manufacturers in the world at this point, that is kind of a viable statement that we should take heed of. But I don't know. I think if we do get an update on that, granted they're talking about a 2023 2024 update, I think that maybe this time next year would be the closest that we would get to a potential announcement there. Um, but I do agree with you. I do think that God of War is going to be there simply for the fact that from what we've seen in the way that PlayStation has been doing things, we've gotten a teaser trailer, which is fine. We already know what God of War is. Hint, hint, clue, clue. And then with that as well, maybe about another month or two ago, we got our first view of gameplay and a little bit of a story clips. We saw Big Belly Thor. So I think it would make sense to have another trailer, maybe peeking into a little bit more narrative, a little bit more gameplay, and then followed up maybe even with that release window or date, if they do show it here or somewhere within Summer Games Fest. Because that's my thing. If it's not here at this PlayStation event that's supposed to be focused on third parties, I do think that we'll, at the very minimum, get it somewhere within Summer Games Fest season.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, I think we'll get it, and then that'll actually follow up with a maybe about a month before the game comes out. We'll get like that traditional state of play, like what they did for Ghostwire, what they did for Ghost of Tsushima, and I mean essentially what they're doing for all of their big games now. We're kind of getting those 10-15 minute blowouts where they're like, hey, you know what this game is, now let's show you exactly what it is and what that gameplay loop looks like. So I think we'll get there. Now, Lady Gunner, what are you hoping to see at this event that is not Final Fantasy related?
The state of play event.
Yes.
You know me. I'm about to get me
Yes.
an N7 tattoo. If you know what N7 is, let me know and I will send you $5. But I'm not even gonna say the name. I'm looking for the N7 series. Basically, it's gonna be the 5th game installment because the last game was trash. And it's, if you want, you can get the Legendary Edition 1, 2, or 3. I'm not gonna say the name because if you know me, you know I'm a big fan of this game.
No, say it
But
because I like the way you say it.
then everybody gonna get a free $8. Anyway, Mass Effect
Hey,
Mass
I just
Effect
like
5.
I just
They said
love
it's
how
in the
hard
works.
she stretches that E,
Because
Mass
it's the E,
Effect.
right? You got an emphasis.
It's
Mass
it's
Effect.
almost like Massy and then Effect. Mass Effect. I
Mass
love it.
Effect. But
I
I'm so
love it.
excited. It's not confirmed, but they said it's in the works. So I'm pretty sure it's not going to come out to 2024, 25. Got to put some years on it. But I think hopefully they announced that on their state of play. And Dragon Age 4. Dragon Age 4 has been in whispers. Because Inquisition was good, but it wasn't better than Dragon Age 3 and 2.
Absolutely not.
But, so,
Let me see here.
hopefully. These two big games is what I'm most excited for. I've seen others, but Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Mass
Yeah.
Effect and
And,
Dragon Age.
and I think and I heard that they're actually in active development on Dragon Age, so that is very much a possibility from what I understand. Mass Effect as well. I know we got like a teaser trailer like a year or two ago, so I mean it could be time to see something like that. Now, as I'm looking at the Summer Games Fest calendars thus far, we've got the second for State of Play. Then we have Summer Games Fest Day of the Devs on the 9th. We've got Netflix Geek Week Games Tribeca Game Showcase on the 10th as well. And then we've got the showcase for Xbox and Bethesda on the 12th. Um, we gotta assume that EA is gonna do something, whether they're gonna like do it during the season or whether they're gonna like shove it into Summer's Game Fest.
Because you know
So
you got to get the shit show out of the way.
yeah, exactly. Like they're gonna do their meeting, and it's gonna be like 45 minutes long, and 20 minutes of that, maybe 30 minutes of that, is gonna focus on the stuff we don't care about, the FIFA, the Madden. Maybe if they got college NCAA AA back in just yet, maybe
That's how you
maybe
get
that's
my
something we'll
attention.
want. Yeah, that's what you do. But then there'll also be that last 15 minutes where we might actually see some type of gameplay from Jedi, Survivor, which we'll talk a little bit about here in a little bit. We'll hopefully see some type of update from the Mass Effect world and so on and so forth.
But I
But
mean,
I would say if we,
are you talking
oh, I'm
about
sorry, but
games that's supposed to be shown at Gamesfest now?
Uh, more or less, because I
Okay.
do think that there is a high possibility, like just based on timeline, that we could see something from both Dragon Age and from Mass Effect, just because they're both pretty much confirmed to be in the works already. I don't honestly think they'll be at the PlayStation show case, just because those games have honestly been like more marketed and more intertwined with the Xbox side of things. So I would imagine maybe at the Xbox showcase or maybe somewhere sprinkled in between Summer Games Fest, unless EA does make an announcement, because we haven't heard anything about their plans just yet, have we?
Not essentially,
Mm-mm.
not yet from anything I've seen, but we do have, talking about games that's possibly going to be seen, we do have leaks that's supposed to be there as far as the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. Just for some major ones, Redfall,
Yeah.
Diablo 4, Forza Motorsports, Contraband, Grounded, Starfield. And they're saying Starfield has gameplay and a launch date. Hellblade 2 with trailer and launch date. Halo the Endless teaser. Gears of War collection trailer and launch date. We have a Quake reboot teaser and Indiana Jones. And a few other ones that I find interesting is Ubisoft Plus on Game Pass,
Hmm.
Fallout 76 update. I don't know why. Cuphead DLC trailer, launch trailer, and then GoldenEye is a possibility seen. Perfect Dark
Yeah.
CGI is going to be shown. And those are just rumors as of right now.
Yeah.
To say they're 100% going to be there, I'm not going to put my name on the line for that. But these
Yeah.
leaks have been shown everywhere, so it's a possibility.
Yeah. And
Oh,
like to me, I'll go. No, go ahead, Lady Gunner.
I better say one game that came out along Starfield during the E3 trailer in like 2018 was Elder Scrolls 6.
That's not being shown no
So
time soon.
Yeah, they said that they are still only like in pre-planning on that game. So I would imagine that we wouldn't even see what that game actually looks like until maybe a year after Starfield is my guess. Um, but as far as that list goes, like to me, like one, like it is a very reasonable list, and I think the games that are on that list should absolutely be there, just because of the timeline of like when most of these games have been announced. Like, I mean, hey, Stu, motherfucker, your rent's due. Like it's time for these games to actually pull up and like do something. And a
You
lot of
said
those
that
games
wrong.
are.
You said that wrong.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't have time to deliver it with you know with precision, Perry. Would you like to take a moment?
Of course.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, Stu! Yo, Rick Stu, motherfucker!
Exactly. Yeah, but love it. But anyway,
You have to do my black movies justice.
absolutely. But regardless, I would hope that everyone here is cultured enough to at least understand that reference. Unless you're too young to.
Unfortunately, my wife is not.
Oh, that's all right. Wives aren't perfect creatures. They are very amazing though. But nonetheless, it's one of those things that we have to understand that this is a list that gives off energy of, hey, my uncle works at E3 and this is what he told me. And then he put a bunch of stuff there that we know is going to come. But because it's a bunch of stuff that makes sense to come, I think that's why this list is getting so much steam. Because with a lot of what's on that list, it's hard to be wrong. Because, I mean, at this point, it's been all but confirmed. We're going to see Starfield. We're going to see probably something from Redfall. We have to see Avowed because we've not seen that game in almost 3 years. And it was announced, I think, alongside the Xbox. Like, that's when they unveiled next-gen footage of Valhalla at that Xbox event. So it's absolutely positively time to see a lot of these games. I just hope that they deliver, like regardless of how much baloney I think that list is, and it's like kind of like a no brainer. I really hope that it's right, whether it's a confirmed leak or not, because like it's really, and I think this a couple weeks ago, it's time for Xbox to shine because there's only so long you can delay all these games before these games are lined up in a way where they're coming out every couple months, right?
Yeah, and follow through with these dates and everything. So I'm excited, man. Like this, we have after this weekend, we have nothing but bangers for a few weeks. Just hit after hit after hit. We have a lot of things lined up, and I'm really excited to see what's produced from this. Really happy to see some gameplay, and I'm just excited because we're back into some delicious gaming news. And speaking of
a shirt that says delicious.
Delicious.
delicious,
Delicious news.
delicious. So